James Farley.
Right.
I'll tell you what, there's not many times I've been looking forward to a call from you, but this one I am looking forward to. I couldn't wait.
Yeah.
Shall I tell you about Bloodborne first?
Yeah, go on.
That's a good game.
Why?
What's up with you moody bastard? It's just brilliant. It feels like Dark Souls felt, but maybe even more intense. You know, it's like really, really tense. I'll tell you the differences between Bloodborne and Dark Souls, because you know you'd be able to, you might be able to relate to it a little bit. So in Bloodborne, it's quite similar systems, but there are no shields to hide behind. You know how you've got the Estus flask in Bloodborne, in Dark Souls? It's like you get 5 hits from it. Well, this one you automatically have 20 hits.
Mm-hmm.
But once those 20 are done, you're out. And you've got to find blood vials they don't replenish at the bonfire, or their equivalent of the bonfire. You've got to sort of find drops for them. Right.
So hang on. So they've taken away a means to defend yourself.
Yeah.
And also a means to heal yourself.
Yeah, pretty much. Although
so you're getting dangerously close to saying it's good because it's really hard.
Yeah. It's got some really cool ideas though. Like, if you get hit by an enemy, you've basically got 2 bars. You've got one on top of the other. So when you get hit by an enemy, your red bar goes down. But if you see like the orange bar depleting behind it, but if you like hit the enemy back, like within the time that, you know, it's slowly depleting, you get that health back. Mm-hmm. So it's like, it is constantly pushing you to attack. Like, defense isn't an option. And it's just, I mean, it's, the world is so beautiful. What I love about Dark Souls, and what a lot of people loved about it, about the level design, is how you could stand somewhere. You won't have seen too much of this part, but you could stand somewhere and look around and see bits of like the world that you're about to travel to. Uh-huh. Like, there's bits where you can look down and see right the way to the bottom of Blight Town. There's bits where you can look up and see, you know, certain places that I don't want to spoil for you. You know, it's perfectly encapsulated that. There's the whole opening area is a place full of shortcuts, and there's bits where you'll be walking along like a part of the town, and there'll be a drop, and you'll be like, and if you stop and look down, you can see all the enemies that you've already passed through and stuff. Like, if you run past them, you can see them roaming about and shit. It's just like, the level design is just unparalleled. Like, it really is. Like, that's what I liked about Dark Souls. You know, you had that whole, if I look over there, I can see where I've just been. You know, it reminds me a little bit of like a, you know, Ico and Shadow of Colossus and stuff. Like, you just feel in that world. And you know that feeling you got, was it Mario Sunshine, where you'd be able to stand on the edge of a level and look across and see the other level, like, in the distance?
What was that in? I don't think it was in Sunshine.
I'm pretty sure it was Sunshine.
No, because Sunshine had like a hub world where you went to like different areas.
Yeah, but once you were in the levels themselves, you could look across and see. I'm pretty sure it was Sunshine, but like it gives you that sort of feeling. You're like,
I know what you mean.
Shit, I know that place.
It's a bit like the thrill of Ocarina of Time. You know, when you first go out into the field and you see all those places in the distance, you think, I'm going to go there.
Yeah.
And it's kind of, I know what you mean.
It's quality, and that's what Dark Souls had, but like ramped up, and Bloodborne has just ramped it up even further. There's no sort of tutorial area like there is in Dark Souls, so you're basically just like straight in it. And fuck me, that first boss, like, some people have breezed past him. For me, it was like, it took me more attempts to take down this first boss than it did the last boss in Dark Souls. You know what I mean? It was like, and by the end of it, I was physically shaking. Like it was so tense. I was physically shaking, and that reminds you why you play these games. It's like, fuck, man, that is, every battle that I've been in up until this point felt intense, but now not so much, because I know how to take the guys down, and now when you're fighting that boss, you're like, holy fuck, how did I do that?
That sounds really good, because that really reminds me. You see, the last time, did you have like the adrenaline going?
Oh, big time.
You see, the last time, and this is really sad that I had that feeling of feeling like real adrenaline from playing a game, was probably the original Half-Life. When when you first get attacked by the soldiers. At the time, I didn't know the whole thing was scripted, and it really felt like they were reacting to what I was doing.
Yeah.
And it felt amazing. Like, I really, really felt like adrenaline from that. But then, after that, there hasn't really been anything in the same level, really, which is strange, because, as I said, that was all scripted, and it was all smoke and mirrors.
I think you'll probably get a little bit from this. There's a few bosses later on that you really... Like, the thing that I liked about Dark Souls was that some of the bosses, they seemed really, really hard, but doable. Like, some just seem like a brick wall.
That's what I'm getting to at the moment with this, which I'm coming to, because...
Some seem like you breeze past them too easily, but some hit it just right, and you think, I can fucking do you, but I know how hard you are. And it's those ones where you get the adrenaline going and the shakes and stuff like that. Because the second boss in Bloodborne, I'd done on my second go, like, I found him really, really easy, and I've heard other people say that he's really hard. But the way that the guy was attacking me was like really intense, but I managed to sort of fluke an easy win from him, and all of a sudden it was like, oh right, he probably wasn't that hard at all. But and the other feeling I'm getting from Bloodborne is that intense fear. You don't know what's round the corner. You don't know what's going to come at you next, and that is, it's so well done. Like, it is so well done. That shit sort of just puts you on edge. You don't know what you're doing. You don't know what the items do. There are items that I'm scared to use, like stuff like that. And fucking just insanely good. I'm really happy with it so far, even though it's really daunting being at the start of what people call Souls games. Because you just think, this is, it's really going to put me through my paces, and sometimes you just want to sit down and play like New Star Soccer. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, just to not get so stressed out. But then the reward is so good that it's totally worth it. Yeah, fuck, man, I love that stuff.
That's cool. I mean, I've heard some. I mean, has there been negative feedback about this as well?
There are some negative things. I think there are, like, if you want me to be totally blunt, like, I don't really like the grinding in it. There are situations where you run out of blood vials, which is your Estus flask, and you're like, oh god, I've got to go on a run now. That I know that at the end of it, I'm just getting health back. I'm not actually achieving anything properly.
Yeah. That's just like me over the last hour and a half. Yeah, go on.
And so I think the grind is a little bit annoying. There's still a bit of slowdown. Apparently there are spiders later, and as you know, I don't do that, so I don't know what I'm going to do when I get to that bit. But fucking good game, man. I can't wait to really, really sort of sit down. Like, I've been playing it in like hour and a half stints. I just want to give it like a good, 6 hour romp, but I just can't. I can't find the time.
Yeah, it's difficult now, isn't it? It's this is the thing, because see, I wanted to play Dark Souls like over the weekend, but now, like, with 2 kids, it's impossible to like do anything at all. It's this is why, as I said before, I really like the Wii U thing with the gamepad. Yeah. Because at least then I can still play a few things on the sly, from time to time.
I can't do that at the moment, because if I'm ever using the gamepad, Harry just comes over and just tries to snatch it off me.
Yeah, I had that.
It's just like, no, that's a screen and I want that. You're like, oh, mate, fucking give it a break, will you?
No, you have to like sit somewhere where they can't reach. I sit on top of a wardrobe sometimes because it's like they can't get up there, and it's
at work.
But that's why I tweeted. I was just saying, like, I really wish I could play Dark Souls on the gamepad, because it'd be just nice.
Yeah, it'd be
to be
perfect
able
for
to do
that.
that.
And I was saying the same about Destiny. I love Destiny, and to be able to do the patrol stuff and, the weekly or something, just whenever I want, would be nice. But instead, I've got to boot up the fucking thing. It's the same with Bloodborne. I was thinking, I wish I could beam this screen to my laptop. Just when Joe's watching EastEnders, I could just.
Well, that is coming though, isn't it? They are doing that.
I don't know.
That's coming with the update like quite soon, I think. Where you can, but it will only stream to Windows 10. So
yeah, that's the Xbox that I was talking. PS4.
Oh, you've got PS4, haven't you? Yeah.
Yeah. See,
can't you stream to Vita?
Well, I haven't got a Vita. That's
there you go. You buy one.
Ongoing joke there, isn't there? You can, but apparently, Bloodborne is like essentially unplayable on the Vita because you need the triggers and stuff like that. So locking on is clicking a stick in, and there's so much that you need. But yeah, fucking glorious game. So happy to be playing it. Like, it's just daunting knowing what's ahead of me.
Mm-hmm.
Shit. Anyway, right, what have you been playing?
Well, okay, I'm not okay. I've calmed down a bit since when I said that I wanted to call you because I was starting to get really quite angry.
And so you found him then?
Well, okay. The thing with the Capra Demon is it's not actually. It's not the Capra Demon itself that is annoying me. You see?
Woof.
Yeah, it's those fucking dogs. Now. What is up? Okay, do you know what annoys me about them, right? What annoys me about them is the crappy animation, the 2 frames of animation as they move around, right?
But that's like part of the fun, isn't it? It's part of the appeal. It's like, they
it's
look
not.
Stupid.
You're being an apologist. They look rubbish. And like the way that they, I tell you what though, every single time one of them falls in that fire, like at the back, it makes me feel all warm inside. Like sometimes you can get them to like fall in the fire by accident, so you don't have to fight them.
That never happened. I've done this guy in 4 attempts and didn't know
4 attempts?
I didn't know what all the fuss was about.
I've already on about 15, I think. But the thing is what's annoying about it is it's not actually it's getting to him that is irritating. Because it's one of those things where, you have to go through that run like from the Undead Burg, like back to where he is. It's like, all of those enemies are actually not hard. All of them are pretty easy.
Which way are you going?
I'm going from the Undead Burg.
Yeah, but which way? Are you going across the bridge and then through the shortcut?
Yes.
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah,
that's fine.
That's where I'm going. Because otherwise, I think I would have killed someone by now if I had to go any further. Because so all of those enemies up to
gone out of your house and found the nearest dog and kicked the shit out of it.
Yeah, absolutely. It's yeah. The cat nearly got it earlier. It's like, it was moving funny. 2 frames of animation. But anyway, so it's getting there that's annoying because all of those characters you have to fight, none of them are very difficult. The dogs are not really difficult, they're just irritating. And likewise, those assassins, which, like sometimes you get surrounded and then you end up just getting ripped to pieces. That's really annoying. So I figured out a way to sort of get through. I've got like a routine now that I go through. And often by the time I can get there usually, and I've still got about 4 Estus flasks left, before I go and face the actual thing. But it's just annoying how you'll be on a run and then you just get hit a couple of times and you're like, it's like I'm not even there yet, and it's like already taken offloaded my stuff. That's the thing that irritates me the most, is just like having to go through that every single time. That really bothers me. Now, when I first met this thing, I walked through the white light and instantly died.
What? He just clouted you?
He just clouted me and I was dead. And I had my guard up and everything, and I was like, that's ridiculous. I was like, what is going on here? So the second time I probably didn't even get there. The third time I probably got back in there again. And then I thought, okay, this guy's a bit hard, so I rolled along the ground, then I got attacked by those 2 other dogs, and they killed me. And I was like, oh.
Doing a forward roll into a dog's mouth.
Yeah, and that didn't work, obviously. And so then I discovered, obviously, there's this massive demon in there, in a small, enclosed, confined space.
Yeah.
That's bad enough. And then you've got those stupid dogs, like all jumping all over the place. And it's like, because it's like fresh meat or whatever. And that really bugged me. But I've got to the stage now where I know what I need to do, I think.
Right, okay, tell me your theory and I'll tell you. There is a way of doing it. Well, not a way of doing it, but there is a technique that people use. But go on.
Well, this is a technique I think I kind of stumbled across. Because
how far have you got him down?
I've got him down a bit, because for the first 10 times or so, I didn't even get a hit in, before I died. I wasn't even getting hit in. I'll tell you something else I had to do really quickly, was to change all the armour so that it's all like really light armour so that I can actually move fast enough.
Yeah.
As soon as you're in there, you need to be really sort of like...
Yeah, you got to be on your toes, man, straight away. Yeah. So what's the furthest you got him down? Have you got him halfway yet?
No, nowhere near. I've only got him about, maybe, I don't know, not even a quarter off yet.
Shit.
But, no, it's because I know what to do, though. I roll in there, and then I try to get around behind and then up those stairs.
Yeah.
Now, if you can get up the stairs and the dogs are following you, you can turn around and you can try and slice them up.
Yeah.
If the dogs are done, you're halfway there, I think. Because then all you've got to do is I managed to get him to go up the stairs, and then he kind of falls down. I sliced him a bit, then I ran back up the stairs again. And then we seem to kind of go around in circles a bit.
James, but then you got it, mate.
But then I got cocky, and I forgot to raise my shield at the right moment, and I just got wiped out. That was when I was just about to call you. I was like close, so I thought I can do this. I think it's possible that it's going to get done. Yeah. It's just the frustration of getting there to actually try it, and whether I'm going to get lucky with getting up those stairs or not. That's the thing.
You could get up those stairs with irregularity. You've just got to have your technique, like as you're saying, with the run up there.
Yeah.
Get used to doing certain things. You're like, okay, 2 steps forward, stop, back off, wait for him to come, take him out. You just need to work out your path up to those stairs. And then, you've got the technique. The technique is to get him. There's a ledge at the back of the stage up the stairs. If you walk onto that, he can't reach you.
Yeah.
And then he'll fall down and you can get a few hits in and back off.
Yeah.
Don't get cocky. With this guy, you got to be disciplined. With him, you've got to take his...
whittle it down slowly, yeah.
You know how, you'll work it out so you could take 2 swipes at him and be safe and then back off. Never at any point go, actually, I could get a third in here. Just be disciplined with yourself. If you know your technique to take his life down, you just keep to it. But yeah, you're right. You take the dogs down and it becomes a hell of a lot easier. You'll be fine, man. You got this.
Dogs. Those dogs are really... It's just how crap they are, isn't it, as well? The way they move, it's just...
that did not bother me. This is the thing... we were talking about this between mates not too long ago, and we said we kind of like how sort of stupid that some of the enemies are, Like, some of them are just they look weird, they act weird, and, it's part of the charm. It really is.
I don't know. With these ones, it just felt like the animator had just thought, let's just go for lunch. And it's good enough. And it looks rubbish. And, so I wasn't that happy with that. But, I don't know, I think I can understand, okay, this is part of the fun of this game, isn't it? It's like this whole, trying to work it out.
Yeah, absolutely.
It is like the trial and error thing, isn't it? And then once you've done it, you feel you've achieved something.
Yeah, it's weird. It is like trial and error, but certain trial and error things just think... it's just, I suppose it's hard to explain because with trial and error stuff, it's not like you're walking along and then a trap grabs you, right? There are a couple of moments in those games and I hate them. And when you get to them, we'll talk about it, but it's very rare that you'll walk along and, a bear trap will just take you out and you'd be like, well, how was I even supposed to know that? With this, it's more like, okay, he killed me, but that move killed me, and now I know what that move looks like, and now I know how to avoid it. It's sort of teaching you about the mechanics of that enemy, and that's what you're learning.
Yeah,
and that's why people say, oh, yeah, you die, but it's fair. That's where that
true to a degree, but also sometimes it does feel a bit random. Like, the way that... every time if I do a run, there'd be 1 or 2 of those runs, an enemy will attack me in a different way or whatever, and I just get wiped out.
Because he's got his moveset, so you've got to work out his moveset. So if he's attacking you in a different way, you've got to, okay, he's doing that move. He won't just randomly chuck a move at you. There will be a tell before he makes that move, and that's what you've got to learn. That's part of the learning process. But But yeah, fuck. You've got to your bit in your game, which it seems like there's different sticking points for different people all the way through, but you've got to the first bit in your game where you're like, okay, this is Dark Souls now. This is the bit that's going to drive me mental until I get it done. And this is the bit where you'll turn it off and go, oh, fuck this. I'm done with this. Never again. And then a day later, you'll be like, yeah, but I could probably take him now. You know what I mean? It's like, this is the bit where you need a montage, an 80s action film montage.
Yeah, you see, I was wishing I was thinking of doing a Vine of the whole thing, to be honest, of just like me repeatedly doing it over and over again until I've done it. But, because it's just so many attempts, but, can't do that now.
So great. There is something that Dark Souls fans say at this point to people like you that is incredibly infuriating. And I tell you what, I'll give you the opportunity. Do you want to hear it or not?
Yeah, go on. I just imagine Michael saying it. Go on.
Okay, ready? The Capra Demon. He's a regular enemy later.
Yeah.
Just a normal guy that you come across every now and then.
Mm-hmm. See,
so enjoy that.
No, that's okay. That doesn't bother me as long as it's not in a tight, enclosed space with two dogs.
It's amazing how quickly you're working this game out. Because that is exactly the problem with that fight. He's a relatively easy... I mean, he's not an easy enemy because he hits hard and he runs at you. But once you got your head around that, you'd be fine. The problem with that area are the two dogs and the enclosed space. That's what really ramps the difficulty level up. But yeah,
That's why, after those two dogs were gone, it really did feel like it was doable because he wasn't running at me and hitting me that much and stuff like that. I thought I can get away with this.
And it is rare in Dark Souls that it'll chuck enemy types at you like that. In fact, I can't think of anything that really compares to this particular boss fight. But you've got your technique now. The cool thing is that without asking me, without needing my help, you know what to do. You've just got to go and do it now. And
it's just going to take a few more attempts, I think.
It will do. It might. There'll be times where you'll feel that you've lost it and you've gone back a couple of steps. But fuck, man, I'm hoping. I genuinely am because I don't want you, I don't want you to give up, and B, I really want you to beat this guy. I'm genuinely hoping that your next phone call you're going, I've done him, where next? That would be ideal.
Well, we'll see what happens. I'll maybe call you again later in the week. I'll tell you what, though, this is less annoying than one of the bosses I played in the game over the weekend.
What did you
Because
play?
I was playing Resident Evil Revelations on Wii U.
Why?
Well, because it was really cheap, and because I do quite like Resident Evil games, apart from end bosses, and I've got to right to the end of the game, you see, and the final boss in that game is ridiculous. It's mostly because the design of the game, the controls are terrible. The way it controls, and it's like they've designed something which highlights all of the bad, sort of game design decisions they've made, and put it all into a thing. And I wanted to smash things because.
But then that's the other cool thing as well when you think about it. Yeah, could you imagine doing that end of level boss in Resident Evil Revelations? Is it?
Yeah.
Imagine doing that final level of the boss, but where the checkpoint is far off, and you've got to do a whole end of the last level.
Yeah.
And then the boss, right? That's exactly what Dark Souls is asking you. But yet you're more pissed off with
I feel more angry about Resident Evil than I did about Dark Souls. Mostly just because it's when I'm failing in that, it's not. I don't feel it's my fault. I feel it's the controls' fault.
Yeah,
Whereas in Dark Souls, I know it's my fault because I could have done it better. Whereas whereas that it's
you're slowly turning into it's hard, but it's fair, James.
Yeah, but it's also irritating, and those dogs look ridiculous.
Praise the sun, James.
Don't start that. Don't start that. That just irritates. I've already had a couple of those, and that just irritates me.
From where? What? From the messages on the floor?
Yeah, and yeah, I had a couple of friends who know I'm playing it as well, saying it as well.
Oh, really? Who? Is there anyone I know?
No one. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh my God, Dark Souls fans, man. there's one thing that I'd get rid of about Dark Souls, it'd probably be the fans.
Of which you are one. You've already defended all the stuff like the crappy dogs.
I know, it's bad, isn't it? But you turn into it. Like, I mean, you've just said it's hard but fair. So, you're slowly turning, mate.
Yeah, I don't know. I really wish I was still in university or something like that.
And you had the time.
Yeah, and I could just spend like a couple of days on this.
Yeah.
Real progress. But instead I get about, an hour and a half or whatever a night. And it's,
You got the bug, man.
Yeah.
This is great.
Mm.
Do you know what's ahead of you after this, dude?
I don't want to know.
Just pure, lovely. Lovely Dark Souls.
Okay, how far through the game actually am I, though? Is this like a 10% or something like that?
10% would probably be fair, yeah.
Oh, I thought I was being low-balling it then. And it's...
No, you've got... Well, I told you, there's 3 acts. You've got the Ringing of Two Bells is the first act. The second act is probably the hardest of the 3, and that's... You should probably go to Darkroot and was it the Sen's Fortress and Anolondo, and then the last act is the Lord Souls. So, and the Lord Souls act is probably the longest, because there's 4 areas that you've got to visit. I think it's 4 areas, and they're relatively big. But yeah, I mean, you're about 10-15% through.
Man, we're going to be doing this for a while, aren't we?
Yeah, I mean, it took me nearly a year, so looking forward to this.
I could do this in about a month or so, but it looks
no chance.
Unlikely. Yeah,
new chance. Right, you better get back. Anyway. Give him another couple of runs tonight.
No, I'm going to bed. I've got to teach tomorrow.
Give him 1 run tonight. Do it.
No. I don't want to switch the Xbox on. It's too loud. That's the only problem. See, that's the other thing I'm concerned about is what happens when it does die, because it's a launch Xbox, and it's very loud.
Are you putting saves in the cloud?
Yeah. Saves in the cloud.
Yeah. I was about to say. Could you imagine if you killed him and then the Xbox died and then he loaded it back up?
that would be annoying. Yeah, that'd be irritating.
That'd be amazing. All right then.
All right.
Well, thanks for the call.
I'll call you later
this little chat. It's been my favourite of your chats because you're not so hoity-toity. Yeah, I've done it, mate. Oh, ding dong, I rang the bell. Fucking piece of piss, this.
Yeah, I'll tell you what. After doing this, this bit, it just made me realise the other stuff before is really easy. Actually, it's not hard.
Yeah.
Before up to this part.
Yeah, there are a few hills to climb. This being probably the second hardest, so you should be alright.
Okay. Alright. See ya.
Love it. Goodbye, my friend.
Bye-bye.